Uh, this is my Twitch channel. Make sure you follow it and hit and request my friend. Also follow my YouTube, which is NMS Atlas. Very easy to find. I will be covering ecology and economy of the game, which I'm sure I'll have plenty to talk about. Um, so today is my first podcast, basically. I got a special interview with my boy Skye, and we will be talking about the update after he tells me what his opinion on the game is. Skye, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Oh, how you doing, everybody? And thanks for joining. Thanks for welcoming me to the stream, and thanks to everybody who's joining the stream. My name is Skye Juice. You can follow me on Twitter. That's No Man Skye Juice. That's NOMONSKYEJUICE. That's No Man Skye Juice. At Twitter, I'm on Twitch at Skye_Juice and on Facebook at Skye Juice Snowman. I got the game early and I'm about to get a couple of hours in, and now we're doing a little interview on it. But
Why don't you
thanks for
give
having me, man.
Why don't you give like a little quick summary of how you got the game early?
Pretty much, I seen everybody streaming it. I noticed people had it. I called old game store. I used to visit it when I was a child. The guy said, I have it, come and get it. He actually had it for 2 days already prior to the day I called. And he gave me the copy and I got to enjoy it.
Oh, that's fantastic. So, you said when we were on in our own party before the podcast, you said there were some cons and pros. I think we talked a little bit about it about diversity. Um,
Right.
what was wrong with the diversity of the thing of the game?
Of the game per se,
Yeah,
it was weird. Um, it okay, it wasn't weird. It just lacked diversity. It
yeah.
seemed like almost every planet, it was the same thing I'm seeing just rehashed a little bit. Let's say I'm on one planet and the flower is named something and it gives you a particular resource. I will go on the next planet, it will be the pretty much same exact flower named differently and given the same resource as well. So it's like,
Wow.
eh, even down to the plants, like literally, I counted 9 different plants, 7 different rocks. Like, I think the most dive, don't get me wrong, the colors change, some of them are luminant. It's real nice, don't get me wrong, but I can always find the same things.
hmm Right, right. Well, tell me something about the glitches. I've seen some of them, like the land fish, and you can fly fish it. But what are some glitches you experienced?
Wow. Well, on that well, there's the worst glitch that I ever happened where I had to actually delete my my saved data to restart it over again. And there was the ones that happen often. One that's happen often that I see on almost every planet is,
Uh,
let's say you're mining a particular resource, and you will go towards it and you will start to mine it. And let's just say it was shaped like a W or something, or let's say an
right.
M.
hmm
And let's say you mined all the bottom part of it, the top will still remain in the air dangling. And then it will look real pixely and cube-like. Like if you ever saw the movie or watched or played the game Tron, it kind of
hmm
gives you that look towards it. And it's like, yeah, I don't think that once you shoot rocks underneath it, the boulders stay
Yeah,
up. I
they're
wish it
not they're
did.
not. What
I
about
don't think.
oceans? Did you experience any glitches under the ocean or anything?
To be honest, no. It just lacked that. It was like I said, it's just another area that lacked diversity. Only thing I
hmm
could say is depending on what planet you're on, the water is different. Spoiler alert. Sometimes you can go into a planet where the water is like 40 or 100 below zero or something. And then on another planet you can go and the whole lake or pond or whatever, it's like radioactive. So it's yeah, but you want to know what the funniest thing is? There's in most of the planets, it's always some kind of life underneath in the water, whether it was the worst conditions or ideal.
Wow. I don't even think I could breathe under acid.
Exactly, exactly.
um, so you would say the biggest con of the game would probably be diversity.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, and let me tell you about the worst glitch. The
mhm.
one that I had to do. I'm gonna make this really quick.
Yeah.
I put down my controller while I was out in space. Oh, a spoiler alert and a friendly fact and a tip for all the people who's about to play the game. Hopefully, some people may get it tomorrow and people who get it on Tuesday and later on. Do not, and I repeat, do not idle in space. What I mean idle in space is put down your controller or go to your functions menu or anything like that because you will die. Meteors will come and hit you, or some wandering space fighter will come and destroy your ship. So that's what pretty much happened to me. I put my controller down and
Wow.
I said, yeah,
That would
I put
suck.
my bro, literally, I put my controller down, went in the kitchen, got something to drink, came back. I'm in someone's spaceship. I don't know where am I. I don't know where I'm at. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I check my inventory. I all my everything that I had on my ship that was cargo was gone. Okay, so
Damn.
I'm stuck in this room, right? Stuck in this room. They had four little modules for saves. So I
Mhm.
wind up saving it, thinking that, maybe just how to save myself. And I head towards the door. Guess what, though? The door, you need an access key to get out the door.
What?
Yes. Remember when we were playing, yes, remember
Yeah,
when we
yeah,
first got
yeah.
when we was playing, and when we kept going to that door and it said we need an Atlas key?
Yeah.
How do I get locked in the room with no Atlas key to get out?
Right. Man, that has to
Bro,
suck.
I was trying for an hour to try everything, and I just
Right.
had to delete it all. So yeah, that was the
Mm,
worst glitch.
Man, that sucks. But you said that you grind in this game hard, right? Like
Yeah,
this is
yes.
for people who like to grind.
Yeah, if you like to grind it, and it's a constant grind. It's not like, oh, I'm not a big MMO fan. I don't play role playing games and stuff like that. But from what I've seen and heard, um, you will go and do dungeons over and over just to get some kind of metal or material or something to
Mhm.
put on your armor to make you stronger. Well, within this game, not only you're going to grind to get those things, but you're also going to grind to survive.
Right.
Because if you don't have those resources to keep upgrading or to keep replenishing your exosuit, your
Mhm.
ship for your fuel, your hyperdrive, all those little things, you're going to be pretty much up shit creek without a paddle, like they'll say.
Right. You're gonna be stuck everywhere. What are some other like pros of the game?
Pros, playability. This is a game I can also say too. The casual gamer can get into this game. This would definitely be good for the casual gamer.
Mhm.
In the sense of not necessarily action packed stuff flying in your face left and right, explosions like Call of Duty. No. But there's
Right.
something that it doesn't take a major skill level to get in and for you to
Mhm.
master. And you're not competing against nobody. Well, unless you're online, like say us and stuff like that, who are in the communities who we want to be the first here or the first to do this, then yeah, but overall, you're playing your own game at your own pace.
Mhm.
It's the best.
That
Definitely good.
yeah, that's good. That's good. Anything else?
As far as like cons, yeah, like I said, there's lack of diversity. Another interesting thing I think they definitely should have highlighted or mentioned. Well, I see why he didn't.
Mhm.
And this is something that maybe going into the future he may put it in multiplayer, which I feel eventually he will put in, being the fact that they have a melee button in the game.
Right. Definitely.
So it's like usually games with melee buttons tend to be on the multiplayer.
Right. Well, if that's it for the pros and cons, I think we can bring up the update, which I think will get rid of most of the cons you have. For everyone watching the gameplay, it's nighttime. I'm not going outside very far, so I'm just gonna put it down and read off these updates. I played with Skye a little bit yesterday, try to help him out with the game. But Sean posted this today. It's called Update 1.03, which will be available Monday for the press and for everyone else. So you'll be able to update the game before launch, which I think that's what he wanted to. But he basically said he went gold 5-6 weeks ago, and everyone thought they were gonna take a nice long holiday, but he couldn't. He wanted to keep working on it. I mean, it's his passion project. This is something he really cares about in the first impressions of it. So he said, why not continue to update it? No, Hello Games will continuously to update this, but this is the first of many. And for the people who've already played it early or watched it, he tells people that technically the update will change things, but he suggests that you reset your save data because your beginning and your experiences will be completely different. And I think that's a big factor. I mean, because I watched him play and he just started up, but the servers will be wiped today, Sunday, August 7th, and tomorrow, August 8th. But beware, there are some spoilers with me talking about these updates. So let's get into it. The 3 paths. There are new unique paths you can follow throughout the game. You must start the game on a fresh save. Totally different from what I watched Skye do. He just went in there, repaired his shit. Not much options to, basically grind it. This one you actually have an option, right, Skye?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Because prior didn't really have one. I'm
right,
sorry, it's
right.
kind of.
The universe. We changed the rules of the universe. Generation and algorithm. Planets have moved, environments have changed, biomes, galaxies have altered shape, all to create greater variety earlier. The galaxies are now 10 times larger. Well, let's talk about that. I watched him play. He's played it. You feel when you're on the planet, you feel fine. You think, "Oh, this is perfect." And then you get up in space and you see 6 other planets just like it. And you just feel so insignificant, which I mean is pretty cool. It's gonna be a big seller for a lot of people, but it might turn people away from it.
Yeah.
You were talking about,
It has.
yeah. Go ahead. What were you saying?
No, I said it has the potential. Definitely
Right.
has the potential.
Um. So here's one of the cons that the next few updates will be fixing. Your cons that you had. Diversity. Creatures are now more diverse in terms of ecology and density on planets. So your biggest con has been fixed. Will be fixed. Hopefully you can
Yeah,
notice a difference.
but then you know what? Hopefully it'll be fixed because I would only way I would know is when I see it and when I see it on different planets. Being the fact that I already seen it or played the game pre-patch, it's like okay, let's see how much different these planets can be because he's pretty much just going off of the things of what people say and what people barely got to see, which
Right.
I could say I barely got to see the game. I'm like
Mhm.
not even 1% into the game. I don't believe so, at least.
Yeah. Right. Right. I
At
don't
least
think anybody's seen at
so.
least 1% of the game.
Yeah.
Next update will be planets. We have added dead moons, low atmosphere, and extreme hazardous planets. Extreme hazards include blizzards and dust storms. I would love to see a blizzard. I would love to get stuck out in a blizzard.
The
Get in a
funny
cave
thing is
somewhere.
when you say that, it's like even with me playing the game, like when you go on like glacial planets,
Hmm.
most of the time they seem to they it seems like there's a storm always going on, or you will hear like a blizzard storm front coming in, but it
Mhm.
wouldn't be like something you see out of a movie about Antarctica or something. You know,
Mhm.
like it's just a little, it gets a little bit cloudy. The temperature definitely comes down, but that's pretty much it. So yeah, seeing it literally, it will be definitely cool. And I
Right.
see
Right.
no, oh yeah, and this is another funny thing I've noticed too. And I'm not too sure. Have you ever played the game Metal Gear?
Yes, I have. I love Metal Gear
Okay,
5.
exactly, like the last ones that came out. I'm a
Mhm.
big fan of the game, so it looks like he caught a little inspiration from Kojima
Right.
because we like okay, right now like right now as I'm talking to you, I
Mhm.
wish there was a way I can put this clip in of a glitch where I'm talking about right now.
Mhm.
This is a weird one too. Comes up sometimes, but not as often as other ones. Now, on planets, spoiler alert, on planets there'll be these little areas that kind of like little mini space stations. Some you can get upgrades for your weapons or get a new multi-tool. You will be able to it's like an area where you can unlock a beacon to find things on that planet. So let's just say you can only, when you get on a planet, your scanner only necessarily works for materials, resources. But let's say if you want to get to key landmarks, you will go to this particular machine, craft the key, and put the key in. And once you do
Mhm.
that, you'll be able to choose what you want to see on the map,
Right.
i.e., if you want to see where all the other little bases are, you can do that, satellites, whatever. The thing is, sometimes in some of these bases, they literally have them hanging off a rock cliff. Literally. Like
Wow.
I can walk underneath the base right now as I'm speaking. Like the base, it's merged into the rock face, literally. The whole
Mhm.
thing. Like it's crazy. Oh, perfect example. Another thing. These creatures, like I wish you could see it right now. I'm looking at these dinosaur creatures with butts on their heads.
Mm. What?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. It looks like, I'm sorry, like I don't mm, I'm guessing he has to keep it some way playful because I don't, who knows if evolution works like this. I don't know. Evolution can take form and shape. Look at the platypus, the duck-billed platypus. But yet, I don't know. Dinosaurs with head with butts on their faces. I don't know. Maybe on this
Right.
planet.
All right, let's go ahead with the next one. All right, atmosphere, space, and night. And I know you said yesterday that days and nights go by fast. So
Yeah,
space and nighttime
relatively.
and day skies are now 4 times more varied due to new atmospheric system, which refracts light more accurately to allow more intense sunsets.
That's cool because you don't get me wrong, you would notice the time change, but it's not like a fade effect. You know, it's not like
Right.
it goes from to evening time to dusk to night. No, you don't see the
Hmm.
fade. That'd be phenomenal.
Right. Next is planet rotations. Playtesting has made it obvious people are struggling to adjust to this during play, so its effects have been reduced further. So I believe that's like the time that it takes for it to change.
Yes.
That's that's a
Well,
pretty
Planet
big
Road.
deal.
Well, nah. I think no, no, no. I think no, no, no. For me playing the game, I know what they mean.
Mhm.
When like it happened to me, I'll say 3 hours ago.
Mhm.
I was on this huge planet, one of these glacial planets I found. Huge. I mean, the planet is fucking huge. That's what I initially thought.
Mhm.
I kept going in one direction, trying to get to this monolith beacon. And I'm going and I'm going and I'm going and I'm going, and no matter what I do, it seems like this thing is far, like out of like this thing is like probably like from here to California far,
Mhm.
from New York, and I'm in New York City.
Right.
So I said, you know, what if if it serves me correct, if Sean's using some kind of physics and, real science within this, you would know that if you wanted to get around the world faster, the fastest way for you to go was to go up into like the stratosphere and go around the curvature of the
Mhm.
planet. This way you will get around faster. So I'll go up and try to go with the curvature, not knowing that the planet is rotating and I'm just chasing
Mhm.
it. It's pretty
Right.
much behind me. So yeah, it will really screw you up in the game. Like if you're not paying attention, you'll just keep going straight.
Wow. Yeah. I watched a guy spend 2 hours trying to walking around the planet. Which, when Sean said that the planets were planet-sized planets, he was not kidding. Because it took him literally
Yep.
2 hours to get back to his ship.
Some.
Next,
Mhm.
the next one is cave diver or terrain generation. Um, Caves up to 128 meters tall are now possible. Geometric anomalies have been added. Underwater erosion now leads to more interesting seabeds. So,
Wow.
yeah, that's going to be a big one for you because I know you want an ocean planet. You want to find
Definitely.
some interesting
Definitely.
oceans. Ship diversity. A wider variety of ships appear per star system and are available to purchase. Uh, Cargo and
Yeah, that.
installed technology now vary more, and ships are more unique, have more unique attributes.
Yeah, 'cause that's kind of like a little problem. Like, spoiler alert, there's no like let's say universal Starship Mercedes-Benz dealership. Like there's no fat NPC coming out saying all these ships gotta go. There's no one saying that. So this is a way that I have found out by playing the game that how I tend to find ships. What I'll do is any place that tends will have a tendency of getting ships. Let's say like a spaceport or even one of the little outposts I was telling you about that they have on planets.
Mhm.
Some of them will have like a little space dock. Like as a matter of fact, as you seen in the trailer where Sean Murray was showing them, he was on like the icy planet and then he went inside and talked to the NPC and stuff like that.
Right.
It pretty much works like that. If you
Mhm.
stand there, don't dock your ship there though, but if you just stand there and wait, a ship will come down and dock there. Then you will be able to go and interact with the ship. Now, when you
Mhm.
do that, like I said, more spoilers. We have three options. Either you can buy from that particular merchant, seller, whoever he is, sell to him, or proposition him for his ship. And
Mm.
that's how you get your upgrade. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Or what happened to me when I reset my game,
Mhm.
I found three ships on my first planet.
Mhm. Can
It's
you
pretty
like
decent.
trade your ship for, like, say you find a crash ship? Can you trade your ship
Hmm.
with a crash ship, but you have to fix the crash ship?
Well, yeah, it actually kind of works like that a little bit. Let's say for instance, I have my ship and I seen a crash ship, right? I
Mhm.
can walk up to it, interact with it. Once I interact with it, I see what the crash ship has to offer
Mhm.
as in terms of cargo capacity. How much
Right. Right.
slots do it have? And also, what upgrades do it have? Does it have a hyperdrive? Does it have pulsers? Do it have beams? All these all these stuff that plays a factor.
Mhm.
Once you do that, you can then press the green button to compare your ship with that ship.
Mm.
So
Wow.
you will see your ship and you will see that ship. And then the next option is either you want to pick it or if you want to leave it, which is I think is good. This way you don't have to keep going back and forth or wind up buying a gun and then going back
Mhm.
into your inventory and be like, well, oh, the gun I have is actually better than this gun.
Mhm.
It
Definitely.
gives you an option. Every time you upgrade, it gives you an option and lets you see what you have versus what that's offering.
Mhm. Um. Which brings me to the next thing. Inventory. Ships inventories now store up 5 times more resources per slot.
What? Yes, per
Suit
slot.
inventory. Suit
So that's
inventories.
500. So that's probably going to be 500 per item.
That's a lot. Suit inventories now store 2.5 times more per slot. This encourages exploration and gives freedom from the beginning.
Yes.
We're probably going to increase this even further in the next update for people in the latter gaming phase. Will allow greater trading potential.
As I think about it now, it's that can be a good and a bad.
Mhm.
That could be a good and a bad. Good being the fact of me playing the game, and that's one of the biggest things. Like if I can't find a trader ship to switch my ship with, or I'm stuck with a ship, whatever, how much cargo I have, and having to
Mhm.
sell it or delete it or whatever. But it takes the grind out a little bit of the game.
Right.
That will definitely take the grind out because, mind you, like I said, you would have to grind to get resources. Like it's pure management of resources. It's pure menu management. Because
Mhm.
if you keep shooting stuff will keep. Remember how you were telling me like when we were playing, you was like, "Oh, we only need 5 more or 10 more. Don't get more." Well, yeah, you were actually on to the real thing of this game.
Right.
Because if you keep collecting too much, then let's say you craft something, you have it in your slot. You can only keep it with on you or your ship.
Mhm.
You have to switch things over, balance it out. That's why it actually gave more to the game and made it. That was the survival part to me, at
Mhm.
least.
Right.
You managing all of that while paying attention to your surroundings. So I don't know.
It says it's gonna
Good.
upgrade the trading potential, which brings us to the next part of the update, which is trading. Trading is deeper. Star systems and planets have their each own wants and needs based off the galactic economy. Observing these in the key to successful trading, we still working out on adjusting this based on how everyone plays, but all trading values have been rebalanced across the galaxy, giving a greater depth, and a bunch of trade exploits were uncovered and have been removed. For all those people who think they're gonna go and take that trade exploit to complete the game faster.
Yeah, it's like even with the trade exploit, it's you're still gonna have to put in some time
Mhm.
because all right, and that's another thing too. I was looking at the way I was playing the game and the stuff that I was accumulating,
Mhm.
especially remember when we first played it, and then afterwards I had to delete it and start it over again. So I played it a
Mhm.
little bit slower.
Right.
And well, the first time I played this slow, and then the second time I kind of rushed. I tried to get back to where I was, and I
Right.
noticed something.
What's that?
If his gear probably was shit garbage, or he probably had the basic amount of gear.
Mhm.
Well, not the basic amount, because then at the end of the day, you can. It's still. It kind of count. It kind of. I don't see him. His gear probably wasn't that well because once you start to play the game and you start to add the stuff on, you have to explore planets, go to certain points of certain planets to find these upgrades for your gear. You just
Mhm.
can't keep hopping from star system to star system, and you won't be able to. Spoiler alert! Buy this at the galactic, at the trade area. Well, most of the stuff you won't be able to buy there.
Mhm.
You can buy materials, you can buy special materials that you need to craft things, but weapons, no. You find those on planets. You find your upgrades for your exosuit on the planet. Like, I don't
Mhm.
know.
Right. Right. Uh, feeding. What was your opinion on the feeding?
First things first, like the okay, I noticed that as I'm getting further along within the game, need certain animals need certain different types of resources to feed them.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, it's interesting. I wish, like I said, you can have companions, have a dog or something, But
Right.
you run to the animal, you feed it. It looks like you continually pet it and it becomes your friend. Then I guess if you're looking for something particular or important, it will help you find it or will
Mm-hmm.
guide you to some of the most important resources in that area. I even seen um, somebody during their gameplay, they fed the animal and it dug up some kind of gem for them or a
Yeah,
resource for them.
health.
And I
I
was like,
think it was
that was
health.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, that's cool. But
Well,
the most they ever did for me was show me what something I was looking for was.
hmm right. They so the feeding part of the update says creatures now have their own diet based on planet and climate. Feeding them correctly will yield different results per species, such as mining for you, protecting the player, becoming pets, alerting you to rare loot, or
Yes.
pooping valuable resources.
Yeah, yes. Remember,
I,
I was saying that a couple of weeks, like last week. I was like, I wish they had pets. Now
right.
I see what he's doing now. Now he's actually making. He's. This is a fine. He's trying to fine tune the game right now
hmm
because he didn't know how much science he could put and how much play he could put. And
Right.
I'm guessing through all this backlash and all the reviews from people who played it before, he's seeing that, okay, people like this more than that, so this is how you can build a game. Because I was looking for that. I
hmm
wanted the diversity. I don't mind how the planets rotate. Just have a system where it's easier to follow, like you would know that that's going on rather than it happen and you know nothing. You're just chasing an endless loop. I don't get
hmm
it.
Um, what I find interesting is pooping resources. How are you gonna poop resources? Valuable resources at that. So imagine like sticking one resource in and then a different one comes out. You know how cool that would be?
You stick in carbon and you get plutonium.
Right. That would be cool. Um, which brings us to survival. With some of the animals I know, they can be dangerous, like that giant mantis that attacked you yesterday.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
crazy, man. But survival, recharging, hazard protection requires rare resources, making shielding shards more useful again. Storms can be deadly. Hazard protection and suit upgrades have been added. Liquids are often more dangerous.
Yeah, because that would make sense. That will make
hmm
sense because typically, like I said, it's a grind, but it's not like it's a grind, but then it's not like a super serious grind. Like you can stay in the weather. It could be bad out there. It can have like high
hmm
radiation. Your suit will go down, but it's not imperative, that you automatically keep these materials around to
Right.
fix it. It's just it goes down. You can find a resource, you can heal yourself, you'll be okay. This way now where it's okay, if you're in a toxic area, you need to make sure this shield is up more than that one because of the area versus, that would be super cool.
Right. Right. Um, I think the I think that when you went into that water that was really cold, um,
Hmm.
was it didn't really do much to your thermal protection. It acted like it was
Not
perfectly
at all.
normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
I
just
think
had to worry about my breath. That was it, my oxygen. And
right,
that I
right.
really didn't even worry about.
Um. So this one, the next update is uh graphical effects. Um. So the graphical effects are lighting and texture resolution has been improved. Shadow quality has doubled, and temporal AA didn't make it in time, but it's so close. I don't know what temporal AA is, but um, it sounds like it's gonna add better graphics to it. Um, then we
Could it be
got
artificial? Could it be uh I don't know.
right.
Mm-mm.
So this one, next one is balancing. Several hundred upgrades have been add have add stat changes, mainly exosuit and ship, but also weapon new upgrades have been added. So I think that's pretty cool.
I
Um,
still haven't seen this upgrade tree, which I think they should have.
I think that's what
They,
they're adding in the update. I think that might be
yeah,
what it
because
is.
it's not defined on what you're. It's like you see the numbers and you add stuff to your weapon,
Mhm.
but you don't know how powerful it is overall. Only way you know is once you use it. You know,
Mhm.
it's
Right.
like,
Right.
oh, it does that now. Per se, as you see, like your weapon total is 30, and it added up all the attachments you had onto it. You know, it definitely needs
Mhm.
a little bit more defined.
Do you do you what? How's your opinion on the combat? I know combat is that like low or?
I got jacked in my second star system. Like they killed me. Like that I got scared too because I thought the same thing was gonna happen. But
Mhm.
I just wind up in a space station.
Right.
But which is I was
Right, right. So the next two updates are combat and space combat. I'm gonna read both of them at the same time, then we'll talk about it. Auto aim and weapon aim has been completely rewritten to feel more gentle in general, but stickier when you need it. Sentinels now alert each other if they haven't been dealt with quickly. Quad and Walker AI is now much more challenging. Even I struggle with them without a powered up weapon. And then advanced techniques have been introduced to the space combat, like brake, drifting, and critical hits. Bounty missions and large battles now occur. Pirate frequency has been increased, and as well as difficulty depending on your cargo.
yeah. Because I will understand the difficulty depending on your cargo being a factor of your ship and the weight load.
Mhm.
Because like when I first encountered my first star I mean starfight or space battle whatever.
Mhm.
I got into the system and I was trying to make it towards the spaceport.
Mhm.
The warning system lets you know you're getting close, you're getting close. They're contacting you, they're following you, they're about to engage you. The bad part is even if you're warping, where you're pressing the L1 and L2
R.
button to go really, yeah, the R1 and the
Yeah, R1
L1
and
button
L1.
to go
Yeah.
really fast, even if you do, it will stop you.
Mhm.
They can pull you out of your warp drive unless you're jumping the system. They can pull you
Mhm.
out of it, and then you're pretty much to their mercy. And now you pretty much have to fight them. That's what
Wow.
happened to me. Even I was trying to get so remember I was saying just a little while ago how I went into the
Mhm.
atmosphere to try to circle the planet.
Mhm.
When I did that, I got into a fight. Like, as soon as I
Really.
went too far out and someone caught on to me. So I came back to the planet and
Mhm.
I parked and I got out of it. And he just flew by but still circled me.
Mhm.
And even on the end of my screen, it still showed you have to defeat him. As soon as
Right.
I hop back in my ship, I mean, I didn't even take off. He started shooting my ship again, right on the ground. Boom, 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 boom. So I said, "Screw this, man!" I just turned around and I went after him. And I took him out.
Mhm. Wow. Um. So the next one is exploits. I know you figured it out. Infinite warp, sell exploits, and rare goods trading exploit, among other removed. People using these cheats for ruining the game for themselves. But people are weird and can't stop themselves. So you know that little shrug that he does on Twitter when people ask him questions like,
Yeah.
eh. So he put this right on his website right after that comment.
Wow.
um,
I could see like because that exploit, I don't well I haven't really gone into depth with all the stuff that you can buy in the store
mhm,
but it can definitely help you get the stuff you need to at least jump star systems.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure eventually you'll get better ships with better hyperdrive where it could take you even further. So I see how the exploit worked. Because, like I said, I was on a planet a little while ago, like maybe before this whole podcast, 20 minutes before it, and I'm there just killing it, bro. I mean, literally, it's this one rare metal there that's exotic that
Mhm.
once I got it and I sold it, I was getting probably about 20 grand, 17 to 20 grand for every 100. So I was just killing it, killing it. Next thing
Wow.
I know, I bought me a new multi-tool for 100 and something thousand. I bought me a new plane. So I could see how someone, and the thing is though, you have to find the right planet and the right outpost on that planet because every like I said, every planet has little outposts when they have NPCs in there and you can interact with them. You can
Mhm.
learn you depending on your interaction, it will be recorded with the rest of them. So
Mhm.
depending on what you say to them, it will have a certain effect. But I know there's a little trick to their system. But I'll
Mhm.
leave that for my tips and tricks for No Man's Sky. I'm gonna come out with tips and tricks for this game, unless they patch it, which I don't think so, because nobody really talked about it. There's a ways around the little system. Only thing is you just gotta judge how your reputation is with these people, and then you will always be able to get everything from them: new
Mhm.
resources, new gear, all that crazy stuff.
Right. Right. Um. Next one is stability. Uh. Foundation for buildings are super large on super large planets resolved several low repro crashes, in particular when players warped further than 256 light years in one session. Was only possible due to the warp cell exploit above. So that basically gets rid of the crashes whether they found it. But I heard about some of the foundation for buildings, like some of the buildings would float in midair and you could walk under them.
Yep,
So that I'm glad.
that's what I was just telling you about.
Right. I'm glad they fixed that. Next one is space stations. Interiors are now more varied. Bars, trade rooms, and hydroponic labs have been added. So now we can go
What did
drink
I
at a
told you?
now we can go
Remember
drink at
that
a
meme?
bar and drive drunk.
Remember the
Or
meme? Look, remember the meme I put up? Oh my gosh, I made a meme the other day on Facebook. Go check it out. Go look on anybody who's watching the stream. Go to the No Man's Skies chat or one of their main groups on Facebook. I'm telling you, there's a meme
Mhm.
I made that says, "If No Man's Sky had clubs," and look, now we have bars and hydroponic lounges. Oh man, it's like I knew it was happening, man.
right. We're gonna be drunk flying into suns and stuff.
That'll be dope.
Networking. Oh, so you remember how yesterday we were complaining about how you can't scan outside of your ship,
Ship,
or like
yes, that.
when you're in
Oh
your
my
ship?
God,
That's what's confusing
that.
about it.
And let me tell you, this was another annoying thing, and this is why I say it comes with the whole grind thing about that. When you have to, like, you remember we was getting mad, we can't
Mm-hmm.
scan outside the ship. I'm thinking maybe I'll have to get an upgrade later on in the game that allows you to scan with your ship. I'm assuming there is not now. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
when you do that, you have to land your ship. In order for you to even get your ship to get off the ground, you need, I think it's plutonium. You need about 50 plutonium to get off the ground. 50 to 100 just to lift the ship off the ground. That's just once. So let's say you use your scanner, you see some resources off in the distance, you hop in your plane really quick and you try to go off. You
Mm-hmm.
land there and you could get out and you, or let's say you misread it or you couldn't see it, because once you get in there, you everything disappears. Once you get out of the plane and you get back in, now you have to go mine that resource just to get your plane back up because of it. It can be annoying,
Right.
really, and it makes you not want to stay on a. That will make you not want to stay on a planet long because it's like, oh my God, every time I gotta keep finding more of this, go into the plane. I want to stop here, do it
Definitely.
again, do it again. It gets annoying.
I agree. So, networking, ability to scan star systems other players have discovered on the galactic map, increasing the chance of collision. star systems discovered
Ooh.
by other players appear during the galactic map flight, which also comes in hand with ship scanning. Scanning for points of interest from your ship is now possible. Buildings generate
Yes.
earlier and show up in ship scans.
Mm.
Thank you. Sean
Yes.
is
Thank
listening
you.
to us, man. So let's just.
Thank you. Thank you. Whoever was ranting and raving about this, because to be honest with you, I this will be some of everything he's fixing will be some of my biggest concerns about this game. If I had it like let's say earlier this week, I would have been had this out by now.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause this is
Definitely.
just like that stuff will get you mad, bro. It will get you mad.
Mm-hmm. So the next one is flying over terrain. Pop-in and shadow artifacts have been reduced. Generation speed has been increased twofold. Planets with large bodies of water will be targeted in the next update. Right. I did notice when you were playing there was a little bit of pop-in, but I mean I'm sure that's going to be fixed. Um, Writing. The Atlas path has been rewritten by James Swallow, writer on Do X and Me. I think it speaks to the overarching theme of players' freedom more clearly now. Early mission text has been rewritten to allow for multiple endings.
Oh, because I've seen that like when you die
Mm-hmm.
or I forgot like certain areas you will see like that the quotes will come up on the screen or something.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool.
Um. So now, I got a big surprise. This article does reveal the next update. He's really listened to some of them, so this is what it is. Next up, we're adding the ability to build bases and own
Yes,
giant space
told
freighters.
you, told you, told you, told you. He has to.
You
He
did.
has to.
You
I
totally
told you.
did.
Remember. I said that, bro. Yo, everything I was saying is true. Cause you see the thing. And even though he's a creator, you gotta remember when I think I said this to you and Cobro, and I forgot who else were we. Well, I think me, you, Cobro, Chewbacca, and all of us. I said,
Mhm.
remember, he's a creator. This is his passion project. But this is still a game. He has to make money.
Right. Definitely.
He has to monetize it. He
Did,
has to speak to everybody.
right. I know a lot of people said they weren't going to buy the game because it didn't have um
Multiplayer.
no base building, or you can't
Oh wow.
own a large space freighter. I know a lot of people have said I'm not going to buy this because I can't do that. So now the next update, a lot of people are going to buy the game again. And then when he adds multiplayer, because he did say that it is on his list in a magazine, um, to add it, which
That's
that's going to
right.
even sell more copies.
Because this is the reason why from playing the game. This is the reason why I say multiplayer was he definitely put it in just in case what if this is what the people wanted.
Right.
If they wanted it the way he wanted it or they liked it the way he wanted it with some tweaks, which most people liked it the way he wanted it with some tweaks.
Mhm.
Because like in the game you have spoiler alert, you have with your multi-tool, you have three different options looks like to me. You have your mining laser where you can improve on it. You
Mhm.
have something called your bulk caster, which is basically your gun,
Mhm.
and you have like a grenade launcher, right?
Right.
The grenade launcher is pretty much what I've noticed people or what Sean used to like dig through the holes and stuff. Like remember when he just shot through the wall and he made like a little went to a cave system and stuff like
Right.
that?
Yeah.
Like that's what those weapons help you with. But my thing is the bolt caster shoots projectiles like bullets.
Mhm.
Beep, 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 beep. My thing is, why do you? It takes you forever, literally forever, to mine resources using that.
Mhm.
Why was that in the game? Unless maybe later on in the game there was going to be some kind of galactic war, which I see that could
Right.
possibly happen, like a battlefield where you're shooting at NPCs and stuff like that. But now it all makes sense because you have a gun, essentially a gun, but what are you shooting?
Right.
Just steel doors? Like, no, it has to be for something.
Steel doors, sentinels, and animals if you want to be a space dick. Air
but
quotations.
to be honest with you, I can do more with the beam than the gun.
Really. Well, maybe.
Well, don't get me wrong. Some of the attachments that you could put on the gun for the shots, oh
Mm-hmm.
wow, it's kind of scary.
Definitely. But they probably fixed it with the bouncing and stuff. You never know.
Yeah.
Um, well, I think that brings us to the end. Do you have anything else to say?
No, not at all.
I think.
Enjoyed playing the game. Follow me on like I said, come and check out my stream on Twitch,
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, and on Twitter as well. Skye Juice, SKYE_JUIC is my Twitch. No Man Skye Juice is my Facebook, and also my Twitter.
Well, that was a great interview. Glad we learned a couple things, covered the updates. So one more thing, I will link everything of his down in the description in my YouTube channel. I will also link the article for the update. Then, I will also be doing my first stream for the game, probably around 12 at midnight on launch day. Uh, so I want everyone to tune into that.
Definitely, definitely.
Um, then follow or find my Facebook, which will also be down in the description. You can also look at the YouTube channel. That it has all the information there. My Twitch is twitch.tv/NMSGaming12. But I think that basically covers it all. I hope you guys enjoyed. And just keep tuning in because I'm going to have a lot of interesting things in the future. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, guys, everyone.